Save humanity. Ramadan, Gaza, and against Islam feeling. This Ramadan has been set apart by remarkable distress and savagery, outperforming how we might interpret human torment. Friday denoted the 5th day of Ramadan. Sadly, there is still no truce in Gaza, and Israel keeps on killing Palestinians, sitting tight for food supplies. Recently, Israeli soldiers killed 6 Palestinians and harmed 83 others as they held up in line to get a pack of flour. That was not the initial occasion, when it won't be the last. Allow us to review that 7 Palestinians were killed and 20 more were harmed 2 days before the latest assault against a similar area. On February 29, Israeli warriors shot dead 118 Palestinians sitting tight for help. It is critical to push that the killed Palestinians were common individuals searching for help in Gaza, where kids have been starving to death, not individuals from Hamas or the Izzadin al-Qassam detachments. Having neglected to forestall the besieging of emergency clinics, schools, and joined countries structures in Gaza, the world watches inactively on live TV as individuals sitting tight for help pass on. Foundational strategy. Notwithstanding the Palestinian nation's precise starvation and end, the US and Europe still can't seem to facilitate a truce or convey compassionate guide. Washington's choice to fabricate impermanent ports and endeavors to convey supplies via air missed the mark concerning guaranteeing the conveyance of philanthropic guide. In the interim, the assembled realm altered its perspective on dropping supplies on Gaza, asserting that help harms the non-military personnel populace. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, thusly, anticipates that Israel should pour down provisions on Gaza. On the off chance that Israeli state leader Benjamin Netanyahu, who previously called U.S. President Joe Biden's feign, dispatches a tactical activity against Rafah, the circumstance will additionally disintegrate. It is miserable to see that the world can't see Israel, which keeps on killing Palestinians as they anticipate help, that's it. The Western legislatures don't attempt to stop the continuous slaughter that conflicts with everything. They discuss common freedoms and subvert their qualities. The Muslim world thus really can't impact the West to work with a philanthropic drive to end the barricade. The ongoing emergency stays sufficiently profound to nullify the well-known ideas within recent memory totally. Allow us to review that individuals of the world were persuaded to think that common freedoms were general. Who might actually make sense of why Israeli projectiles are dispensing with Palestinians sitting tight in line for provisions? The decimation that the global local area appears to consider proper for the Palestinian public will have serious ramifications for the district and the world. This pietism, which offers particular treatment to Israel, will fuel disdain discourse, prejudice, radicalization, and viciousness. Who will actually want to turn around that pattern? Islamophobia. Walk 15 was the worldwide day to battle Islamophobia. On Thursday, I went to the 4th Worldwide Media and Islamophobia gathering facilitated by Turkey's communicating power to examine Islamophobia and the circumstance in Gaza. Islamophobia, which alludes to separation and assaults against Muslim people and networks, stays an inadequate idea. The right term would be against Islam and hostile to Muslim opinion. Islamophobia keeps on picking up speed in the West in accordance with the developing prevalence of the extreme right. In case it wasn't already obvious, the danger continues to get more serious in the non-Western world, beginning with India and, surprisingly, Muslim nations themselves. Scrutinizing the connections between the circumstance in Gaza and Islamophobia is conceivable. Individuals all over the planet feel for the Palestinians today because of what's going on in Gaza. However, there is an increase in scorn and aggression toward Muslims, particularly Palestinians, also. The relationship of the Palestinian obstruction with psychological oppression and the stunning quiet despite Israel's slaughters are basically Islamophobic peculiarities. In like manner, the Western media's inclusion of the Gaza emergency, which has been loaded up with oversight and disinformation, contains an Islamophobia of some sort or another. A questionable animation taunting Gazan regular folks wrestling with starvation, which showed up in the French magazine Freedom, addressed the most striking and substantial of valid example. We are going through occasions incomprehensible. This Ramadan has been brimming with distress and languishing.